breath and exhale it, you know? But hi. For those that may just be finding my channel, my name is Kayla Williams. That's my name, but I go by Kayla Dior. My channel's Echo by Dior. Some people may call me Echo. Whatever you call me, as long as you do it with kindness, I'm okay. And this is my night letter number 3. This is night letters number 3. And I've been trying to figure out what this one is going to be about. Which dream am I going to dive into? Because I've been documenting my dreams for a while, for about a year or so. And do I remember every one of them? No. But the ones that stick out, the ones I do remember, I've been documenting for some time. And lately, been noticing them coming back up, like not having the dream again, but I'll remember the dream. And there's certain things in my actual life that will be like, wow, that's so interesting that was in my dream. And I kind of can see the threads connecting now, even though I had my own idea of what the dream was when I first had it. It now takes on a different meaning this time. And this dream I'm going to be talking about is a dream I had well before I moved out here to Japan. In the dream, I knew where I was going to be. I knew I was going to Japan, but it was also still up in the air. There was a lot of steps that I needed to take to get here. So I still didn't know if I was actually going to be able to be out here with my husband for a while until it became true, maybe about like 2 or 3 weeks before we actually it was official, like that I was leaving. The day that we left, I only knew that I was leaving about maybe 2 weeks before that. So I had an idea and I knew that that's the time, but to know that I'll actually be getting on that plane and going, I didn't know until 2 weeks before that date officially. But I had dreams, and I had dreams about being in Japan and in my new home and different things. And some of it was confusing. So the dream that I had that I remember very vividly, and I remember right after I had the dream, I went into the living room because I was living with my mother-in-law. I went in the living room and I told her about it. I was like, I had this dream. This is weird. And she was like, maybe it could mean this and maybe it could mean that. And I think to some degree, I think she was right. In this dream, I remember us being in Japan. We finally got to Japan and we were in a place kind of looked like the hotel that we were staying in when we actually first got here. But when we were in this place, it was very dim, probably like more like soft lighting, very like yellow, orange lighting. And I'm sitting down and he's talking to me, my husband's talking to me, but I'm sitting down and then I noticed that we have 2 fish and these very obscure looking fish, what are they called? Fish tanks, right? It was like a fish tank looked like this. It was like very angled and it had a little base that just stuck out so that the fish tank can actually stay. So the fish tank was on like a slant like that. And there's 2 of them. I had one fish tank and then I had another fish tank like that. And it had 1 fish in it each, but it was the same fish. And it was a blue fish. I don't know what kind of fish, but it was a blue fish, 2 blue fish. And I was like, that's interesting, 2 blue fish. And then that was the first part of the dream. And then after, me and him and my brother was in this part of the dream, and my husband, we were in our home now. It was officially our home, and there were steps to go downstairs, which is funny because we do have a lot of steps in this home. There were steps to go downstairs. But we were in the kitchen and it was my brother, but there was also people like that we knew, neighbors, maybe people, his friends or whatever, that I'm guessing we met out in Japan. And we were laughing and talking, and then I mentioned like, I have to take out the trash. And I grab the trash, I take it out, I go downstairs, I go to where we would drop off the trash, and there's a regular garbage can, and then there's 2 recycle bins, 2 blue recycle bins. And I dropped them off. And those are the 2 parts of the dream that I remember that stuck out to me. Everything else, I do remember certain parts. Like I do remember going to the store and I'm looking around and I'm by myself, and then I end up looking and I see like a vape and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, but then I didn't want to get it. And then I see cigarettes and I'm like, huh, and then I didn't get it. I don't know what that part means, and that probably will come to me eventually. Maybe I'll do another night letter, a part of this dream, but it's more specific to that part. But this part about the blue, 2 blue fish, 2 blue recycle bins. This is what I'm going to call this video. 2 blue fish, 2 blue recycle bins. Stuck out to me. It stuck out to me very much so. And I find it very fascinating why it might have stuck out to me. I, at the time, didn't really pay much attention because it was a lot going on. You know, I was away from my husband as well while I was kind of figuring out how I'm going to get to where I need to go. I was away from him, and there was a lot of things that I was focusing on trying to get together. But then this dream re-entered me again. When I noticed that I changed my covers. My covers are blue. When I was in New York, my bedding was yellow. And to y'all, you're probably like, what the fuck? This doesn't even make any sense. I'm going to try to make it make sense, okay? It's hard sometimes to explain how a dream, how do you see it in real life, right? Everyone is different. For everyone, the way they're going to interpret something is going to be different. You're going to see a message differently than how another person will see a message. But this is how I interpreted this message. Okay, and it's compounded with so many different layers and so many different, like, what? That's crazy. Like, why does this keep coming up? This keeps coming up. And that's what I'm trying to say. This keeps coming up. This color and this duality of an energy, right? Because there's blue, but then there's 2 blue things. This duality and this color blue is very interesting to me. But everything used to be yellow. I used to be in a room, everything was yellow. Curtains was yellow, bed was yellow, and I understand now. Yellow is a color that symbolizes a lot of like, it's a fire. It's like an awakening, a passion. It's about passion, about your inner self kind of being whole again. It has to do with it kind of resonates in your solar plexus, right? The center of who you are, your core. Yellow, right? And that's where I was kind of surrounded by it. It kind of makes sense. When everything shifted in my room that was yellow, that's when my husband left and he was away for a while and I was by myself. And I had to kind of understand who I am from the inside out. Who am I by myself? Who am I when no one's watching, right? It was the beginning, the surface level of that. Now I'm in another space and I'm also by myself again. And it's a different kind of who am I? It's deeper. And blue is a deeper symbolism. It's about the depth. Think about water and the sea and the sky. There's depth. It's vast. It's endless. You know, it's all consuming. And I'm in a space where I feel like that for the first time in my life, where I'm all consumed with not just myself. That sounds very like narcissistic, but I'm all consumed with my passion, with my light, with my core. It started with yellow and now I'm in blue and it's all consuming. And I changed my bed sheets randomly. I didn't necessarily think, oh yeah, blue. It was just when I was online, the cheapest one was blue and I got blue, but I love it. I love it. And it's awakening the depth. Now, why I say that it keeps coming up before I even got these sheets, it does. When I'm starting, I don't know if anyone's ever have seen my short, but I'm starting a publication called Dear Stranger. Funny enough, I have my thing right here, Dear Stranger. This was the first issue. Dear Stranger. And before I even made this cover, I made this portrait. And I also recorded that portrait, the process of me making the portrait, because I saw it in my head. I took this picture of myself where I had on a reddish, pinkish wig that I was trying out, and I put it on, and I did it because also I've always had dreams of me with pink hair. I've always had it, and I was like, wow, I would look cool with pink hair, but I don't know. I don't think I really, I don't know if I'll actually ever like walk outside and really have like pink hair. I don't know, maybe, who knows? But it just hasn't come up in my brain to be like, I want to wear it outside actively. But I've always had a dream of it where I'd wake up in the dream, go to the mirror, and my hair is dyed pink, like a pinkish orange tint. And I was like, wow, this looks kind of cool. It's kind of sick in this dream. This is pretty dope. And then I've had that dream. And then my husband told me how he had a lot of reoccurring dreams of this girl with pink hair that he would have to chase and find. And I'm like, that's funny that you had that. And it made me go, I want to build a portrait of the girl with the pink hair. I didn't know the girl with the pink hair. I was going to make it myself. But when I took the picture of myself with that on, I was like, maybe this would be the image. And I always had the girl with the pink hair being grabbed and held from behind. That was at first. Then as I kept building it and editing it and designing it graphically, I kind of was like, would it be cool if the sun was behind her? Kind of like that Egyptian imagery of like the sun and the moon and all that stuff. So I put the sun behind the head, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna use this image of me. And then I just started playing with it and pixelized it and did all these different things. And I fell in love with this image that I made. And my dad always had these Egyptian power stamps that he never really used, but I've always been obsessed with them ever since I was a kid. I was like, oh, this is really cool. I would love to use this one day on letters or whatever. And I ended up using it for my art piece. I used it for the art piece. I put it on there, and I put it all together, and it took me 11 days. It took me about 11 days to make that. And I looked at it and I was like, there's something about this. And I put it up on the wall. And this was the beginning of this year. I made this portrait in January, beginning of the year. Put it up on the wall in my sea of yellow. And I would stare at it every day. And it didn't hit me that in this picture, I'm mostly in yellow and orange. That color, that igniting the solar plexus. But behind me, in the power stamps and in the hands that are grabbing at me, they were blue. The same color as you could see. Blue. Grabbing at me, wanting. I always described it as the power stamps. I put all of the different deities, all different gods and goddesses in the background. I wanted to be wrapped in that, in all of it. In love and truth and knowledge and motherhood and femininity and masculinity and war and chaos and peace and harmony. I wanted all of it. I didn't want to just have one thing. I wanted it all. I wanted to experience all of it. I wanted to understand the depths of all of it. That's kind of my intention when I got into it, painting this. And the hands being around my mind is like, we're gonna, let's release this all. Let's go deeper. Holding my head, let's go deeper. And I'm here, and I realize that's what this space is for me. A place for me to go deeper into my subconscious. Why I am the way that I am. Why do I think the way that I think? Why do I situate my life the way that I situate my life? Why do I love the way that I love and feel the way that I feel? Why do I not speak when I want to speak? These things. And I've been able to really start to think through those things. And that is the initiation of the blue. So I looked at that. I looked at this I made. I looked at these earrings I made of myself, where I'm in yellow and the blue in the background. I didn't pick these colors actively knowing what any of this meant. I just picked it because it just felt right. And then I look at it and I'm like, wow, it just keeps mirroring things. And when I get here, I'm thinking about, okay, what art do I want to make? What do I want to start? What do I want to build? Because I don't have a job and I want to build stuff. I want to make shit. I want to just do shit. I've always wanted to do that. And right now, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to take advantage of it. So what am I going to make? And Dear Stranger has always been pulling at my heart. Fearless and Wild, Dear Stranger, they've always been pulling at my heart. And Fearless and Wild was the gateway to Dear Stranger. To be fearless and to be wild is to be fearless enough and wild enough to express how much love I have for everyone and everything. I feel like sometimes it's not okay to express how much love you have. People get uncomfortable when you overexpress or you feel deeply about them. They feel like it's some people feel uncomfortable by it, you know? But I have deep feelings. I love people, even when they piss me off. I just love. I can't turn it off. I don't even want to try. I just do. And I always wanted to put it somewhere. So I always put it in my writings. I would write in a journal, always, like most people do. And I journal, but I'd keep it to myself, but I don't want to. I don't want to keep everything to myself. Like, why? I want people to... Okay. I want people to see my heart like I feel it. I want them to see it like I feel it. And even if they don't connect with it, they don't want to engage with it, it's okay. I put it there. I put it out there to be seen. And I think that's perfectly fine. And blue deals with the voice. Blue color symbolizes also the voice and depth and clarity and your throat chakra. And now that I've been here, I've been talking more than I ever have. I don't live with people, but I've been sharing more than I've ever shared ever. And I don't feel like that's a mistake. And maybe it's not just the colors, maybe it's just me, and the colors are now, representing where I'm at. It's not that color led me here, but it's more of that the color now is reminding me why I'm here. And I seen that. I seen the connection in my art, and then I seen the connection just in life. When I was showing my mom, I was making the other Nightletter, and I was showing her the angle I wanted to use for that one. And she said to me, wow, that looks like Blue's Clues. I was like, I haven't watched Blue's Clues in a long time. So let me watch it. Let me watch some Blue's Clues. And I finally put it on. And I think about it and I go, wow, Blue's Clues is literally life. Like, it is. And maybe I can talk about that more because there's a lot I can say there. But it is to me. That's how I interpreted it. Like, it's literally life and how I view life. And then that day I'm recording and I'm going, okay, I'm going to record. And I grab my mic, and my mic, right on the top of my mic, and maybe I'll include a little video, right on the top of my mic, it says blue. And I never noticed before that it says blue right there. Like, you would know, but I didn't think about it. And I go, wow, blue, again. Over and over and over and over again. Surrounding me. And I'm listening, And that's what I'm doing with my art. I want to listen to the things that I see, even if it makes no sense to another person. And I really think it has to completely. It has to make sense to me first. And then maybe one day it will make sense to people if it doesn't right now. But I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen to my dreams, and I'm going to listen to how my dreams manifest in reality. And pay close attention, because it's not just what you see in the dream. It's the colors. It's everything. It's how you feel too. And the two fish. Pisces energy. Depth. That's what Pisces is all about. The depth. Being submerged in water. And two recycle bins. Taking an old idea and reimagining it. Going deeper with your ideas. I've had so many ideas Fearless and wild was an old idea. But I'm here and I'm going deeper. I'm recycling an old idea I had when I was 14 and going deeper. And it feels good. And it's just the beginning of something. But that's what Dear Stranger is. I'm not trying to just talk to strangers. I'm talking to this part of us that became a stranger to us. The part of us that we don't pay attention to. The part beyond the body. The part that's married to the body, but it's beyond the body. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that, and I want to express my love for it in the people that are around me and that I love the most, and the places that I go. I want to talk about it. And that's what this is. That's what Dear Stranger is. And that's what I want to do. And I'm going to continue to make these night letters because they're fun. And I have so many dreams, and I have so many that I feel like, oh yes, I can't wait to talk about that whenever that one comes up to be talked about. And today is my birthday. So I don't know why I got emotional saying that, but it is. It's my birthday. And I turned 28 today. Technically 28 tomorrow because I was born in the US. It's the 25th in Japan. Technically my birthday will be on the 26th, but it's my birthday. And this is the first birthday where I'm not surrounded by all the people that I say that I love in my life, but I'm still surrounded with so much love. I'm still so much in love with my life and with the people in it and the new people and the people that have been here for a while. I'm in love with all of them. Sometimes it feels weird to say you're in love with people, but I'm in love with people. I've fallen in love over and over and over and over and over again in my life, and I'm so lucky. And I want to share that with you. I want to share that with all of you. So that's the night letter, which is not nighttime, it's morning, but honestly, night letters don't have to be at night. It's about what you see in the depth and bring it to the light, and that's what a night letter is to me. The things that exist when no one's watching, and the things you feel when no one's looking. That's night letters. And yeah, that was this one. So I don't know if any of that made sense. I really hope it did. I hope I expressed how I was feeling and what my dream meant for me. But yeah, I'm here now, and it's my birthday, and I'm gonna go see a movie and play some bowling, do some bowling, play a game of bowling with a new friend of mine.